What's cracking?
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ay, 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 little motherfucker.
Call it Finette, that's my mafia twin from Jordan Downs. Raise a finger, that's on Gorillas, bitches going down. You politicking on instant, I'm out rolling rounds. Smoke his brother, smoking his brother, now we in the cloud. Played our freestyle in the courtroom, Brody lost his trial. Doing dope all around the kid, so she lost her child. See, this mafia way of living, it's just our lifestyle. It ain't no waiting, I'm impatient, let's get busy right now, okay? Diamonds dancing, it's off a lick, I like to rob people. Keep it on me, unfortunately, I done shot people. Not legal, nigga, I'm a spinner, we are not equal. Non-lethal, John Cena the poor, I could not see. Long live to leave it, hood boy was quick to squeeze a trigger. If your son ever hungry, doggy, I'll kill for that nigga. I'll die for the street that I post on with my killers. That is not my baby, lately I've been focused on Skrilla. I can't tell you what, just know the code word is DJing. That's a highlight play, buddy, we gon' replay it. Well-known gorillas from my city, they know we famous. You ain't talking no money, get in line and keep waiting. Keep hating, I promise it's coming, Lil Larry, be patient. I had to cut this bitch off, she got feelings attached. I burn this motherfucker down to the ground, to the building collapse. Don't listen to your music, that shit weak and I'm knowing it's cap. 556 cloud, ARP ain't no holding me back. You speaking on my dead, it's okay, you for surely getting smacked. Don't need a microphone, but you know it's for solely a rap. Big eye busters, the enemies is for soaking wet.
What's on the menu? Okay, today we got your boy Brian Blake responding to Ceddy Nash and 1090J. Well, we've been going back and forth with these guys all over exposing each other's paperwork and who's a rat, who's a snitch, who's an informant, and you know who wrote it up, all that type of shit. Well, you know, your boy Brian Blake been chipping away at the armor that some of these guys have placed in front of them when it comes to this paperwork shit. So Ceddy Nash has went straight, he says, I guess he's going straight for the jugular on this one. And we're gonna get into that, and we got a few other stories, man. We're gonna just run down the line there. I'm gonna try to get through them and not be too long. But let's get started. Make sure y'all go check out Brian Blake's channel. Let's get to
it. And the cop calling Crip have joined forces. After rummaging through my background and being unable to find anything that would indicate that I've ever snitched on anyone or did any of that type of weird stuff, you know, the type of stuff that they like to use against people and weaponize on their platforms, you don't got none of that on me. So it seems that they've pulled out the desperate hat, and now they just rummaging through my family's background looking for any sign of anything that they can connect to me. Mind you, I've never brought anybody from my family on my platform to vouch for me or said, hey, listen to them, they are the real. I've never done that. You know, this is all about.
See, that's when it becomes way out of line, when niggas is trying to attack your family members. You know, now you're going too far. Now, in the past, I have heard Blake speak on 1090Jake's family members, and he did speak on Ceddy Nash's brother. Now Ceddy Nash's brother, Cepeda, they are connected, you know, to the whole situation with him and this alleged paperwork, snitch work. Now, 1090Jake, he goes into deep background on his dude's family tree. But let's get to it.
Me and them. I told y'all the cop calling Crip called the police on his brother. I told y'all the Great White Blood actually snitched on a ton of inmates and officers. Even though we saw it in 4K, he denied that anybody was arrested. So I proved it. They have nothing. And so they've resorted to this.
But let's get on to your daddy first, who was threatening people's mamas. Oh yeah, it's true, because it was on wiretaps, dude.
You should have stuck to Jake, Blake. I told you. I wasn't even gonna get you. I'll leave that to Jake. But the fact that you're trying to build a brand off of my name, you should have left me alone. Let's read. In this response, the government did not challenge the new guidelines range. The government pointed out to the PSR, which asserts that the investigation found that Blake sold large quantities of that C-word base to 9 other distributors not indicted in the investigation. The government used this information to call into question the 1.5 kilogram drug quantity argued from Blake. The government also argued that 420 months is still appropriate under an analysis of Section 3553A. Factors emphasizing his criminal history and danger to the community, aka your family. The government again pointed to the PSR, which states that one of Blake's distributors reported in his interview that Blake also directed him to commit violent crimes, including murders and home invasions.
This was really just an issue between us. There was absolutely no reason for this guy to go digging through all of my father's paperwork and all of that other stuff.
Sound like his father was really out there putting in that pain. Sound like his father was a boss, really. Like he was really running shit and holding shit down. Okay, let's see what else more can we expose about Blake's father. Let's see.
But again, this is because they can't find anything on me. Now, I want to direct y'all attention to the Great White Blood, because this is how he responds to people when, you know, he got some dirt on them. It's no question that he goes to look. He confirms it actually in this video. If somebody disrespect him, he gonna go look you up. But this is how he responds when he finds something, promptly and with information.
Let me tell y'all about this Florida man. He jumped into my comments saying the video of me getting slashed was all types of cap. And he even said he was in prison with me and named multiple spots that I was at. But I don't know him or remember him, so I decided to look him up. Come to find out in 2016, James...
Y'all get the point. As soon as somebody jump in your comment section and say you capping, which I'm pretty sure they've said 1,000 times, but as soon as somebody jump in your comment, now you running a background check on them. But it's because he actually said that he was there with you. He knows you. And so you know that there was a possibility that this guy knew the truth and you wanted to discredit him instantly. At the same time, it gives off the clear impression that you have nothing on me, Great White Blood. I didn't get a response like that. You making videos about people in the comment section, but you not responding to these snitching allegations. You know why? Because we got the black and white. Anyway, that just proves that they go through people's backgrounds and do all of this stuff. Look, which we know if they mentioning my brother and my pops and all that stuff, then you know that they looking, but they can't find anything, you know. However, I did find this video of the cop calling Crip's brother speaking on a touchy subject.
Homies is doing bitch ass shit like telling and going out and all this shit. But y'all keep these niggas around though, blood. I made my own brother, blood, little brother that I raised in this house, leave the hood.
What? What? Hold up. Damn, did I hear that right? Let me play that back.
That shit like telling and going out and all this shit. But y'all keep these niggas around though, blood. I made my own brother, blood, little brother that I raised in this house, leave the hood. Leave, don't come back. Y'all so soft, y'all can't even cut off the niggas that's doing bitch ass blade shit like y'all supposed to.
This nigga made his brother. So allegedly, we talking about Ceddy Nash. Made him leave the hood. Is that why he don't do any stories on Sacramento, or you never hear him really too much in Sacramento? I don't know. Man, that's crazy. So your own brother ran you up out the hood. So what this nigga saying? You gonna play that back one more time?
Touchy subject. Homies are doing bitch ass shit like telling and going out and all this shit. But y'all keep these niggas around though, blood. I made my own brother, blood, little brother that I raised in this house, leave the hood. Leave, don't come back. Y'all so soft, y'all can't even cut off the niggas that's doing bitch ass blade shit like y'all supposed to.
And so it seems that we found the reason that the cop calling Crip actually resides in ATL and no longer resides in Sacramento. But I found it interesting that his brother was talking about snitching this way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. Trust me. Especially when you have found yourself in a situation where your own blood brother has called law enforcement on you. Y'all see that on the screen right there. Arrestee information, Cepeda Robert Adams Jr. Complaint, request for assistance, Cedric Adams. So yeah, when your own blood brother calls the police on you, I get it. You know, he a little upset, he a little in his feelings. It's cool. But that explains, like I said, why he was made to leave. Now, I'm interested to see how they are going to respond to this latest revelation. As I told y'all before, I believe that Ceddy brought up my father just to give himself an avenue to do this.
I told niggas, I said, let him keep getting disrespectful. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of his motherfucking daddy and let him look for me. I'm gonna take your daddy off the set, nigga. Keep playing.
His daddy a man of cred?
Nah, his daddy a man of blood, but that nigga daddy with no factor like that.
You know niggas be trying to make it extras and shit like that. And
you know who my pops is?
Who that?
My dad, big maniac, big Cepeda from 29th Street. Niggas know who my dad is. I don't never bring the nigga up, ever. My dad a motherfucking legend.
And so I have to ask the question. I gotta ask, especially after we just saw the way his brother went off. And then when we look at the fact that the great white blood is also mentioning my father and acting like that counts against me, whatever may have happened, I'm interested to see. I gotta ask the question, what is going to be done about this? Y'all saw the paperwork, Cepeda Robert Adams Jr. Well, this is Cepeda Robert Adams, the big one. And y'all see it right here, clear as day. Statement of reasons. The sentence deviates from the guideline range due to substantial assistance by the defendant. This is that 5K1 paperwork. It's that Rule 35 type of paperwork right here. I guarantee you, if you look, he got one of the two. But you know, what's up with Sacramento? What's up with Sacramento? I'm confused. Like, you put your brother out, but you let your daddy stay around? I'm confused. But again, the cop calling Crip has gone silent. He's not responding. So
yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. So yo, allegedly, I guess according to what he's saying in the paperwork, Ceddy Nash's pops was an informant, and his brother Cepeda ran him up out the hood. This is that's wild. But y'all go over there and go check out Brian Blake's story. You know, check out his channel. Go run over to Ceddy Nash's channel. Go check him out. You know, y'all. You know, it's up to y'all. What y'all think, man? But shit, man, we're gonna get to this next shit right here, man. It's looking crazy right here. Yo, man, this is Julio Foolio's trial. It's really day 2, but they got the girl. I think her name is Alicia Adams, and it ain't looking good. Go check out Cuff Boys.
His own car. This is the day after this car is linked to a murder. The first day of the Alicia Andrews trial was fireworks. Prosecutors wasted no time laying out their case, painting Andrews as the key player in Foolio's murder. They claim she wasn't just an innocent bystander, but the one who tracked and stalked him, setting the stage for the shooters to move in. Her defense team fired back in opening statements, insisting she's being unfairly targeted and that prosecutors don't have the evidence to prove she pulled the strings. This is one of the sloppiest hits I've ever seen. These people are tracked all the way from Jacksonville to Tampa to murder Foolio. It's only the girl's trial. The other 4 defendants are not being tried yet. There's also a fake rumor that she was offered an 18-year plea deal. That is not true. Her lawyers say there was never a plea deal offer. It's intense. Hit subscribe. Let's go.
So that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and excuse the minutes at this time. So we still have one offer.
Someone's putting on some makeup before the trial starts.
Fox 13 this morning when they were reporting about opening.
Oh boy, some people are not gonna be happy about her laughing and shit before this trial. Understandably so. I mean, someone did die, but it's safe to say when Foolio passed away, it wasn't the most shocking situation. We all knew that day was gonna come sooner or later, right?
I think the motion was limited specifically to discussions that those witnesses had or correspondence with Isaiah Chance regarding the domestic violence allegations, correct? That's right. That's what it says. So sure, so it's limited to that. As far as what you cannot get into in opening statements. Okay. But if there's other relevant evidence that she's going to testify to, then of course it's fair game.
What they just brought up, domestic violence, that can't be brought into the trial unless the state opens the door. So she basically just explained that. At one point, the judge ruled the defense can't bring up the domestic violence at all in this trial. Like she was being coerced by her boyfriend to do things, you know what I mean? Because she's in an abusive relationship. That can't be brought up unless the state brings it up first. All right, the jury is entering. The state is about to start their opening statements.
Living the last moments of his just barely 27 years of life here on this planet. He didn't know as he was out with friends celebrating his birthday that he was being watched.
I forgot it was his birthday. That is so gnarly.
Stalked and observed by a group of killers, a group of conspirators who were now executing a very premeditated plot that had been hatched and birthed days before. A plot that had been hatched between them with every single one of their collective evil intentions directed into one common purpose, one common goal, the premeditated murder of Charles Jones. This group's collective hatred and animosity which drove the conspiracy that existed between them. This evil and despicably wicked conspiracy. He didn't know that now all of their planning, all of their surveillance, all of their advanced coordination
was now coming to fruition.
Real quick, I may add, Sean Gaithright, one of the shooters that had an AR out front of the car. He's the same guy that shot Foolio in the foot a year prior. If you don't remember, Foolio got shot in the foot, and they connected him to that because he used the same weapon in the murder a year later.
That he only saw his killers for mere seconds as they rapidly closed in on him, dressed from head to toe in all black like ninjas coming out of the dark. Disguises that included balaclavas and ski masks. Disguises that these conspirators had decided well before this moment that they were going to wear to use to hide their identities from the ever-present and ubiquitous cameras that permeate our culture. Their plan came perfectly together. He was now the perfect target, caught completely, entirely off guard, completely blindsided. As these gunmen appeared, seemingly you will see in this evidence out of nowhere. A perfectly planned ambush, and there's no other way to say it. The evidence will show you clearly this was an ambush, a designed ambush, one that they had carefully planned and now were orchestrating, unable to run.
I wouldn't say carefully. They was sloppy, man. That shit was hella sloppy. And then it's like they did all this. What did they get out of it? Where's the money? Like they just got a life sentence, possibly a death penalty. Man, the girl, she gotta be the dumbest broad to let her boyfriend or whoever talk her into being a part of this bullshit.
Unable to dive or even duck, basically caged in the front seat of his car. He was basically a sitting duck. They moved rapidly into their pre-planned position, into their firing location, and then they immediately unleashed a hellish onslaught, affecting a precisely coordinated violence of action, sending a barrage, a wall of hot lead, crashing into the only barriers between Charles Jones living and Charles Jones dying. Those barriers, the automotive glass, the sheet metal at the front of his Dodge Charger, which were absolutely no match for the high-powered 5.56 and 300 blackout caliber rifle rounds, which were now traveling at him, directed at him at thousands of feet per second. Each one of them carrying over 1,200 foot-pounds of energy, directed specifically at Charles Jones. A Glock 9mm handgun was being utilized by one of these conspirators, a handgun that wasn't just
Oh my god, they put a switch on it. I forgot.
a semi-automatic handgun. It had been converted to a fully automatic hand cannon, and now it was running wide open, dumping all 30 rounds of its magazine through.
These niggas had a switch too. Assault rifles and a gun with a switch on it. Man, that's life right there. Oh, it's looking bad. It's looking very bad, y'all. What y'all think, man? Y'all get in the comments. What y'all think?
Front end and the windshield of that Dodge Charger. All of that gunfire filling the dark, early morning hours with booming concussion and bright flashing muzzle flashes as these high-pressured and high-powered rounds flooded the atmosphere in front of that Dodge Charger.
He's really painting a picture here to show the jury how gnarly this was. And this was a targeted hit, but it was very sloppy. These boys about to run up right here. Look at them running up. That's Sean Gaithright. They have a brass catcher to stop the bullet shell casings from going on the ground.
This agreed upon, collective, and confederated plan with one common agreed upon goal: death, violence, and murder. A conspiracy motivated and hatched days before, hundreds of miles away.
I'm really surprised this isn't a RICO yet. I'm gonna be honest. I thought for sure this murder was gonna set off a RICO with ATK or whatever. I mean, apparently, allegedly, this is all alleged, holy shit. These are affiliates of Young and Ace and ATK. Some of them are, so.
A conspiracy that would span through those days and over 500 miles of travel. Reservations were made, uniforms, disguises obtained, and select gear was obtained. Weapons selected, weapons loaded, and weapons modified and made ready. Transportation was obtained, vehicles with specific purposes, and a plot that required advanced planning and logistics to include housing, communications, and transport would materialize and become reality. A criminal, murderous operation.
I wonder what the defense is going to be here, because she's on camera with them. She's with them at the Airbnb and everything. Like, what's their defense? Because she's with them. I mean, how do you travel 3 hours away or whatever it is from Jacksonville to Tampa and not know the 4 other people you're with are going to kill someone? And you're apparently the lookout person giving them the info. That's what she's accused of.
These co-conspirators leaving their homes in the northeast corner of this state, traveling here, traveling to their target, conspiring to murder Charles Jones, not...
You wanna act like she didn't know what was going on in the car? Hey man, I ain't wishing nobody behind them bars. But you know what your ass was campaigning for. I don't know where they thought they was gonna get away. You see that one nigga, they finally caught his ass. That nigga, you don't have a plan. Y'all just do whatever's thought of at the moment. Y'all just do that, sort it out afterwards, and you see where it got you. Straight stupid.
in his home, not in Jacksonville, not on his home territory, not at his residence, but here in Tampa, while he was on a birthday trip, while his guard was down. And you will see in this evidence the clock-like precision of these co-conspirators, how they worked together as a team in this team effort. Principles. This is a law that you heard a little bit about. You'll be instructed on it at the end of this case, after the evidence is given to you by the Honorable Judge Cisco. She will instruct you on the law of principles, as well as the law on murder and all the other laws that you will need to render your verdict in this case. The law of principles, if a defendant helps another person commit or attempt to commit a crime, that defendant is a principal and must be treated as if they had done all things that the other person or persons did, if we prove this beyond a reasonable doubt, that they first intended that the crime occur and did some act or said something, anything that was intended to and that did incite their co-defendants to commit this murder, cause them to, simply encourage them to.
Yeah, she just had to help them. That's why she charged with murder. She didn't obviously pull the trigger.
Assist them or advise other persons to actually commit that crime. Now, incite, cause, encourage, assist, or advise the other person to actually commit the crime. For first-degree premeditated murder, we must prove that this defendant intended that Charles Jones be killed. It is not necessary for the principal to know every detail of how a first-degree murder will be committed, as long as they intend that it occur. And they did some act or said something that was intended to help or did help the murder to occur. But almost more importantly, the principal, the defendant, does not have to be present when the crime is committed or attempted to be committed.
I saw someone say she wasn't there, she wasn't a shooter, how is she being charged with murder? That's not how it works. But apparently she was there. They have evidence that her phone was in this silver car, a lookout car, driving around Foolio, around the parking lot of the hotel. So,
folks, you will hear that this defendant, Alicia Andrews, was
That's crazy.
right there, driving right next to that Dodge Charger in the seconds before this murder happened. If the defendant is found by you to be a principal, then she is legally responsible and accountable for everything that her co-conspirators or co-defendants did. Alicia Andrews.
She was pregnant, by the way. She had a baby in jail.
These are her co-conspirators. See, in the upper left-hand corner, that's Rashad Murphy. Lower left, Davion Murphy. Sean Gaithright is in the upper right. And in the lower right is her boyfriend at the time, Isaiah Chance.
Isaiah is her boyfriend right here. Gaithright's the main shooter with the AR. This is the shooter that had the Glock switch. These two are Murphys. I think they're brothers or cousins. They're related. These two on the left. He had the Glock on the top left, and then this one down here had an AR by the Tesla camera. The shorter, fatter one.
These were the 5 conspirators. This was the assault team that took out Charles Jones, that took his life, that snatched it from him in the early morning hours of June 23rd. Isaiah Chance, Sean Gaithright, Rashad Murphy, Davion. To understand the murderous intent that existed amongst them, and to understand this conspiracy that dwelled in all of their minds and hearts, we have to go back and look at the lives and associations of Charles Jones and these defendants. What did Charles Jones do to these defendants that was so bad, that would cause them to confederate, to conspire, engage in this coordinated planned attack? Charles Jones belonged to and was affiliated with a group known as 6 Block. He was a member of that organization. It exists in Jacksonville. It's known as 6 Block, and it is a street gang. It consists of several members. 2 other gangs in Jacksonville, ATK and 1200, were affiliated gangs. They despise 6 Block. They detest them. They abhor them. And the level of hate between these groups is a mutual hatred. The evidence will show.
He knows that she's cooked. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm going to show you a few clips and a few links today of what's been going down in the courtroom. But the first one, I'm not going to lie, this is so chilling. This is so dark. It's being reported, okay, that it looks like Alicia Andrews was actually smirking in court when they showed her the body of Foolio. Okay, now look, I couldn't believe this when I saw it. Okay, so this is her. Okay, she's going to be shown a clip of Foolio's body in the car. I'm going to try my best to not show you the body because it's not really appropriate for YouTube. But what it looks like, she was smirking. That's what it says. She was smirking in court after prosecutors showed her the video of Foolio's lifeless body. So let me just try and make sure that I pause before we actually see the body. I screwed it up. All right, I'll have to blur that out. Anyway, they're saying that she was really smirking, like she was actually hiding back a smile. She was trying to cover up her smile and essentially, not let on that really she's really proud of what she did. That's the way it looks. It looks like she's proud, she's smirking. She's kind of like, just got this mischievous grin, like, yeah, I did that. And I think it's super twisted. Look at this. She's covering up a smile. She's putting her hand in front of her face. She's trying to cover up the fact that really she was smirking and thinking it was all a joke when they were showing Foolio's body in the court.
In the car. Yeah, she a cold piece of work, man. She definitely was smirking. I don't know what he did to these niggas, man, but he definitely did something that got these niggas so amped to take him off the face of the earth. And I don't know, maybe he turned her down, or maybe they had a secret relationship or something. I don't know. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, though. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. What do you think, man? When you see Andrews, you think, this is going to be a bad look on her case, you know what I'm saying? Because she having her shit separate from the other guys. Man, this is crazy. I'm going to play a little bit more of this.
Yes.
Deceased individual?
Correct.
Okay. They come into contact with that motor?
So, look, this is super dark, right? And people are sharing their opinion. They're saying, yep, she BBQ'd, she Kentucky Fried F'd. And the jury probably saw that too. People are saying it was clipped out of context and she was laughing at a picture of herself in a bad wig. Okay, but everyone thinks it was Foolio. Apparently it wasn't. But regardless, whether it's her in a wig or whether it's something else, you can't really be smirking like that in court, okay? People are saying she's young, dumb, and stupid. She thinks she's cool. She's gonna break down once she gets all of that time, okay? But people are saying put her under the jail. Ain't nothing funny about that, okay? Now, I would be curious to know whether that was the actual moment she was laughing at. You know, this is another post of the same thing going around. People saying, am I the only one thinking this Jacksonville drill stuff is more evil than Chicago? Because the way she's smirking at a lifeless body got me pissed off. On the other hand, I'm asking, why was Foolio hated so much? What the F did she do? And they're saying she's not going to smile.
His life in prison. That's what I'm saying. Like, what did he do to make her, like, man, that's crazy.
This stuff is a joke. The jury are seeing it too. They're going to cook her, okay? Now, in the courtroom, the prosecutors have been describing Foolio's last moments, and we've got a few interesting moments that, you know, are quite sad and harrowing and just kind of hark back to this whole just very tragic mess that took place that day.
Up against the dashboard, you may have seen in that photo, on those videos, but you'll see it during the trial. Look for it. His feet are up on the dashboard. He's leaning back. He's on his phone. The evidence will show trying to find a hotel, trying to find lodging for them. He barely has time to pull his feet down. The evidence will show he attempted to jump into the back seat, to go through and across the center console. Before he could do that, one of these rounds smashed into his chest, and that round tore through his heart, through his lungs, and through the largest vein in the body, the aorta, a gigantic artery that supplies blood up and down your body. And when he turned and kind of flipped over to try to crawl into the back seat, he took two more.
It's really sad, man. It's so sad to hear.
So he was pretty much out when the first couple of shots went off. When the first few shots hit him, and hit him in the upper chest, it was a wrap. Like, yeah.
How we went out. You know, it just I was a huge fan of Foolio.
Hey man, rest in peace, Foolio, man.
So it's really hard for me to hear. I know that he had a lot of beef, and I know that he got himself in a pretty deep situation, but nobody deserves to go out like that, and it's really not okay. So people are saying the judge already know they BS, and this is the second day she's overly cooked. Okay, a lot of people are saying, look, the judge is seeing all the nonsense going on, seeing people smirking on the stand, and it's not going to go well. Okay. Apparently Foolio's cousin also couldn't hold back tears when it was being described, these final moments of Foolio's life. They're saying that his cousin really was getting emotional up there, Gino. So this is another clip that's been going around. Let's check this out.
You're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
So you fell asleep after that, after he came back to the car, or you started dozing?
Yes.
Can you just tell the jurors what you saw inside of the car at that point? You said you saw Foolio laid out.
Yeah, first thing I saw Foolio laid out. I thought it was a car until I looked up, saw the bullet holes, and I saw Zay covered in blood yelling.
Okay. So you thought it was a car accident, and then you looked up, saw the bullet holes, and you saw Zay. Is that Xavier Edwards?
Yes.
You saw him covered in blood?
Yes.
Okay. So he wanted you to look at his head because he thought he had been hit. And then when you tried to do that, you saw this hole in your arm?
Yes.
Where were you shot?
I was shot right here by my arm.
Okay.
Close to my shoulder.
Do you still have a scar from that gunshot wound?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recognize that as Charles Jones' black Charger?
Yes.
Okay. You okay?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yes.
Do you recognize the photograph?
Yes.
Are those photographs of you in the hospital, Mr. Norris?
Yes.
Okay.
Man, it's real traumatizing. You know, this really hit home, man. This man breaking down in the courtroom.
Alright, I tell you what, I'm just gonna have the jury step up momentarily.
All right.
Cook her, man. Cook. I don't care, man. I want, bruh. She's just. Allegedly, she's a big reason why this all went down, man. And that's so heartbreaking to hear Gino talking about that situation that went down, hearing how Foolio went out, taking a shot to the chest. It's just heartbreaking stuff, you know. And they're saying the dude sounds just like Foolio, man. You know, people thought they were tripping. People saying she wanted to laugh bad. She got caught smirking already. Now this time she's going through it. She wanted to cry. She's knowing that testimony and him crying on the stand. They're having to send the jury out and take a little break. Hopefully that means she's totally cooked, man. The jury are hearing all of that, okay? It's absolutely heartbreaking, okay? They're saying, Lil Gino, man, pray, bro, could overcome this stuff. He's definitely going to need professional help. People saying, I heard his testimony. He was crying the entire time. Judge even stopped court and sent the jury out to tell him he needs to get it together. She didn't use that exact language, but essentially what was said in a nicer voice told him they can take a break, but you can't be emotional like that in front of the jury. But you can't help it, man. I mean, bro, he saw his dead cousin laid out in a car. If you got love for your family, you're close like it was. It takes a real man to cry over stuff like that, man.
Hey, man. Hey, what y'all think, man? You think her goose is cooked? The other guys ain't been tried yet. She's still in trial. So, what y'all like? Let me know what y'all think personally. You know, I think it's a wrap. She gonna definitely probably get less time than the rest of them, but the way things is looking, the jury get a hold of some of these clips out here, and you know they really start, they're gonna really get into the background and maybe uncover why this all started. You know, what did Julio Foolio do to these people? You know what I'm saying? That caused them to plan this ambush murder. They drove from Jacksonville all the way to Florida. Like, come on, man. Hey, but we're gonna get up out of here, man.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
What up, world? This is Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser rocking it out with First Fam West Radio and your man's Mr. Illustrator. And on the ones and twos, we got Crazy D. Spin that, man.
Keep the tools in the box. The haters wanna stop it. Mind's on like cocaine. I'm a fly human being. Money is the reason. No, we ain't about those games. Keep the tools in the box. The haters wanna stop it. Mind's on like cocaine. Pure white, Peruvian, take flight, ride the wind, long nights, getting it in. Is this the life of a hooligan? Gunshots, bury victims in the dirt quick, circle of death, calling it the work shift. Mind blown, mind gone, just took a life he don't care about his own. But this is what the youth talk, turned up. Mommy offered those pills, plus she coked up. Out to celebrate, told it's the last days. Race and chase away the pain of his lane. Ain't no shame, she peeling off her lace and things.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.